Hello, everyone. Crystal Perry here, blossoming medium with more blossoming thoughts. Today, let's talk about joy during grief periods. So, joy during grief. The feelings that show up when you have something good to share or when you're happy. Sometimes guilt will appear when you have joy to tell you you should not be happy. Or it comes as a past reminder of what you are supposed to feel, how you are supposed to suffer while you are suffering. It's like your mind is saying that feeling good means that you should struggle instead of it being serious, or maybe that it's not real. Most of the times, these guilt or shame feelings show up because of past programming. Someone told you how to feel, and you've kept that program running for years. So maybe during your happiness, you dampen the joy, you pull back the smile, you remind yourself that you're supposed to not feel bad, but you're suffering. You continue to suffer. This is a practiced skill over your lifetime, and you've learned it, so that means you can unlearn it. Ask yourself, where did I learn that happiness and difficulty cannot coexist? The deeper question may be, if I allow myself to feel joy, does that mean my struggle doesn't count? This matters because often the guilt or shame comes from belief in serious things, that serious things require constant suffering. I've seen people suffer for 20 plus years with a loss of a family member, and I can tell you that is not what spirit wants at all. We're meant to find joy. Maybe you've learned that caring means staying visibly upset, or that happiness has to be earned after enough hardship, after enough grueling suffering. Maybe you withdraw all emotions to protect others in the room, not expressing your true feelings, or just keep holding back. Maybe you want to bottle it all up and keep it all in. But having joy does not cancel out pain. A good laugh doesn't erase your anxiety. An evening with your friends, having beautiful dinner or time on the lake, does not fix one thing that you're worried about. A peaceful moment does not mean you've stopped caring. It just means that you're human. You're capable of carrying something hard while still experiencing the good. These two things have always been able to exist at the same time. Again, it's just past programming. What did your parents do? What did your grandparents do? How did they react? So I ask you, moving forward, when the guilt appears after a moment of joy, ask yourself, does this happiness actually diminish what I am dealing with? Most of the time, the answer is no. Joy is not betrayal. Sometimes it is the very thing that helps keep you going. Sometimes it's the only thing you can count on, is looking forward to the next beautiful thing. Sometimes joy feels unsafe because someone might use it against you later, or it has happened to you in the past. Maybe your nervous system has just learned to protect you as a means from the past, like you were mocked or someone turned it all against you, or they made it about themselves and it shut you down. Again, past programming. So now you may be afraid to share your happiness. I want you to think back to a past scenario where you feel a moment of happiness, good news, something bubbling up inside of you, something you're excited about, and take a few minutes where life just feels lighter. And then almost immediately you think, should I even mention this to others? It's like you want to hold it in for safekeeping. I don't want the joy expressed because it might be used against me. Maybe in the past, someone has used your joy to diminish your struggles. They say, see, obviously you're fine. Or they think you're faking it when you really are struggling. Maybe they've acted hurt that you could enjoy something without them, or mocked you. Maybe they mocked what made you excited. The moment is really about themselves. Sometimes people do not know how to experience joy themselves, and they act like they're jealous, but it comes out as a punishment to others. Remember, it's about them, not you. Eventually, you stop sharing, not because the joy disappears, but because protecting it feels easier than defending it. When joy has repeatedly been used against you, your nervous system learns to protect it. You're not afraid of happiness itself. In fact, you treasure it. It's cherished. You're afraid of what has happened after the happiness in the past. And the brain wants us to remember. Maybe you got a new job or you came into a new relationship. And then after that, it came with a repercussion from others. Moving from forward, start to pay attention to what happens after you share something good with others. Do they celebrate with you? Or do they minimize it? Do they compete with you? Or do they make you regret it? Joy should deepen a connection, whether that's with friends, family, siblings. When it consistently creates tension instead, the problem isn't your happiness. It is that the relationship has not made room for it. You shouldn't have to shrink your happiness to protect someone else's comfort. People who care about you won't need you to stay heavy and suffer just so they can feel secure. So the next time you want to share your happiness and you notice yourself hesitating to share something good, ask, am I protecting my peace or am I protecting someone else's discomfort? The answer will probably tell you more about the relationship than it does about you. Also, you might be thinking, that sounds nice and easy to say if everything's going well. But what if I have cancer? Or what if I have lost a loved one? And no one understands the pain that I am in. How could I possibly be happy in a situation like that? It seems almost impossible to imagine being happy when life gives you a diagnosis like cancer or the loss of a child. For cancer, you may be worried about the treatments, the cost, the uncertainty, the fear of death, the physical toll, and it can feel like your whole world's falling apart. For the loss of a child or a parent, no one understands how close you were. Not a soul gets it. The deep pain, the deep rumble in your heart that just won't lift, the tears that won't stop rolling down your cheeks. Here's where the true strength lies. Even in the darkest times, it is still possible to find peace and joy. The key is to practice gratitude, not for the disease itself or the loss of your loved one, but the lesson it taught you about resilience and love and the preciousness of life. By focusing on what you can control, your attitude, your mindset, your self-care, your relationships, you can find peace even in the midst of the struggle. It may take time, but I promise you, on the other side of the pain waiting for you, giving you time and space and comfort to come home, is that peace. It is not that you're no longer terrified of the cancer diagnosis or that you haven't stopped mourning the loss of your dear one. It is that you've allowed yourself to find happiness in spite of all of it. True happiness isn't the absence of pain. It is the ability to find peace and joy despite it. I know many that I talk to on the other side want their parents to be happy again and want them to have joy. I don't want you to think happiness is a destination. I'll get it when I get it. When I have the vacation, I'll do this. When I heal, I'll do that. Happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. It comes from within, and it's available to you right now. Whether you're heartbroken or you're facing a life-threatening illness, you can still find peace and joy. Happiness is not about the absence of problems, but about how you choose to see them. Life may never be perfect. In fact, it won't. But you can always be at peace with it. Happiness is a mindset, a way of living, not something you earn or wait for, and definitely not something you hold back for others' comfort. So here's the real question. If you could find peace and happiness, even in the most difficult of circumstances, like a cancer diagnosis or the loss of a dear loved one, what would you let go of today to make room for joy? Can you embrace your life as it is? Can you choose to see the good and trust that things will work out? Can you give yourself permission to just feel the joy longer than you have before, even if it's only moments longer? Can you sit in that discomfort of holding that joy where you didn't hold it before? Can you be open with your tender heart and trust your own emotions and not what someone else has shared with you many years ago on how you should be feeling or what you should withhold or how you shouldn't act like that when you're grieving? It's programming. Give yourself grace and know that you have matured through all these years. You have changed and you're supposed to. Be open to receive joy in all forms, from the little things in nature to the big things like someone buying you a coffee or surprising you with flowers. There are seasons in life for everything, and those seasons advance us on our life's journey. We are here to experience what we call the good and the bad, although Spirit does not see it that way at all. That is just the human side of things. Spirit looks at everything as an experience for our soul's growth. Today I ask you, find a bit of joy and hold it sacred. Hold it into your heart space. Let it light you up. Let it light your way. Much love.